Hi, my name is Jessica Meinhofer, and today I want to talk to you about basic things that you need to do before you hit record on that camera and start doing your very first video. And this is whether it's for an event, for a meeting, or for some sort of training session. Here are some of the very basic things that you need to know. So something that is very important to video, of course, is lighting, right? You don't want to be somewhere dark. And by that, the biggest thing is it doesn't matter if everything to the right of you, behind you, whatever is dark. What people need to see is your face. There's nothing creepier than trying to watch a video and the person is like silhouetted, or they're just, you can't really make out their features. Unless that is the look that you are going for, make sure that your face is lit up, okay? And the best lighting, of course, is always natural lighting, and also not to have light like hitting you in the face, because then you will look rather severe, and you don't want to look severe when you're doing these things. So natural lighting, make sure your face is lit up, and nothing that's going to be so harsh so that you look like this harsh, angry, lined kind of person. Not the best lighting. Harsh lighting makes you go like this at the camera. You guys don't want me talking to you like this. Next thing up on the list is audio. I'm not gonna lie, I have been filming myself and my family for 5 years, and only recently did I really start seriously looking at audio. And a lot of that was just like me thinking it was super hard, right? It's not really. Right now, today, I am wearing a mic, and of course, having a microphone that's dedicated for miking purposes is the best thing that you can do. However, if you are just getting started, you probably don't want to run out and buy a mic for a couple $100 or something, or maybe you don't even want to do a $20 one, whatever. Probably the device that you're on has a microphone, and that's going to be good enough, okay? If you have a headset that has a microphone, that's even better. Most people already have something like that, and you don't have to pay or spend extra money. If you're getting started, you want to do this as cheaply as possible. And that is what I'm giving you today. Lots of frugal, budget-friendly ways to help with audio. Something else is try your hardest to be somewhere that's kind of quiet. I know those challenges. I'm home with my children every single day. We RV full-time. Like right now I'm outside. Who knows when an airplane is going to go by, when there's going to be like, I don't know, a bird that just starts like, a dog barking, like stuff happens. And just try to mitigate that as much as you possibly can. But if you know that you can't control all that stuff right away, you don't live at home in somewhere where you can shut the doors and be somewhere very quiet, just before you start whatever you are going to do on video, just say, hey, just letting you know I'm home, my kids are home, I've got a dog. You might hear some of that. And people understand because they're people, and that they know that life happens, and sometimes you can't get the crisp, clear, beautiful, perfect audio without interruption. So just be honest with your audience and whoever you're talking to on video, and they will understand. Bad audio! So far we talked about lighting, we've talked about audio. Now I want to talk about background. What is behind you? Now, if you're going to be in a very controlled environment, you can sit in front of like a wall, a bookcase, something like that. What you don't want to do is stand in front of your kitchen sink with all of your dirty dishes sitting there, or be somewhere where you're sitting somewhere and people can constantly be walking behind you. You don't really want a distracting background unless that is part of your video. If that's part of your training, if that's part of whatever you're doing, keep that to a minimum. You don't want to distract your folks, and you don't want people going, oh my gosh, so what is that behind her? Is that like, what is it? I mean, yeah, every now and then there's comic relief, like if your cat walks into the shot or your kid or something like that, fine. But for the most part, you don't want something that's distracting people from what you're actually saying, because what you're saying is important. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing the video, right? No one needs to see all of this. Get rid of the clutter, put it away. Keep your secret secret. Now here's a question I get often. What kind of camera should I use? What kind of camera are you planning on using? Use whatever you have. If your phone is the best camera you've got, use that. If you're using your computer because you're using Zoom for an online meeting or event, use that. Don't invest in some sort of expensive camera or anything unless you absolutely need it. Like if your camera on your computer is crap, or on your phone, yes, then you do need to purchase something better. But when you're starting out, just use whatever you possibly can. And as you find out the video is exactly what you need to be doing, as you start making money from whatever videos that you're doing, then you can go ahead and invest in something that's better. But start with what you've got and then invest as you start making some money. Now here's something super important. Make sure that you do a test. Try to set yourself up an hour before your event begins, so that way you can make sure your internet's good, make sure that your background is good, that your lighting is good, that your neighbor hasn't just started a huge sawing project, okay? So that way you can get the best possible quality for your attendees, okay? And you want to check all the things that I've talked about. Check your camera, make sure it's fine and works right. Check your audio, check your lighting, check your background, do all these things. See if you can, even if you're going to be doing a live presentation, see if you can record it anyway in real time and then just play it back, and then make sure that you adjust whatever is needed. You do not want to show up to your meeting and be totally unprepared. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it cannot be avoided, sometimes you have back-to-back meetings, but I'm saying for that very first one that you ever do, make sure that you give yourself plenty of time to kind of work out all of these little things that could go wrong, so that way you are prepared. And if you find that you need more time, even though you've given yourself an hour, make sure that you reach out to your attendees and say, hey, we need to push this back 15 to 30 minutes. Can we do that? Because I need to work out some things on my end, whatever that may be. They will respect you for that, as opposed to showing up and it being a total and utter disaster, or you taking too long, not notifying them, and then they're there ready and you're not. So make sure to test. Something that's very important is that if you are having people join you, especially if it's going to be kind of a live presentation, meeting, event, whatever, your attendees need to know what to expect, okay? Treat this just like any other event or meeting that you're having. Go ahead and have some sort of agenda prepared. Give it to them in advance. Give them the login information in advance. Make sure that they know to try out everything for themselves on their end at least 15 minutes beforehand, so that they won't be late to the meeting or to your event. And of course, let them know that either if you're recording this, if it's going to be a video presentation, if they can speak during it. They need to know all these things so they can be prepared, because you don't want people showing up in their pajamas if it's not appropriate. Or let's say they were hanging out by the pool and all of a sudden they're joining. If they're in their bathing suit, it might not matter, or it might. And it might matter to your attendees, so that they can be dressed properly or presentable however they feel that is for them and the event that they're attending. But make sure everybody's very clear on it. And if it's some sort of software that you're using that requires a specific download or something like that, let them know again, so that they can have all of that stuff prepared ahead of time, so that your engagement and the presentation, meeting, whatever it is that you're doing, goes off without a hitch. You don't have people joining very late or not being able to join at all because they didn't understand. So make sure that they know what they need so that they can attend without any issues. Well, I really hope that this helped you get an idea of what you need to know before you do your very first online meeting, event, or anything, especially if it's live and if you have attendees, so that way everyone's on the same page and you get the best results, the best quality that you possibly can for your very first one. Now, if you have additional questions for me, you're like, Jessica, that was great, wonderful, but I need more. I have very specific questions that you did not cover. Well, lucky for you, I have some really awesome things for you, packages for you if you would like additional help. I have a 4-session coaching for you. You can get on a video call with me and we can talk about all those things that you need to know. Like, let's say you're like, okay, all those things sound great. I know what kind of camera, I know that, but I'm really nervous on camera. How do I get confident on camera? We can talk about that. I can help you with strategies on how to get there, and I can help you on figuring out how to get people to watch. I can help you figure out where to put these videos so you're reaching the people you need to reach, how to get your people to attend your meetings or your events, how to answer questions for everybody, how to get them to the next steps. I can take you from never being in front of the camera to having a finished product in 4 weeks in these 4 one-hour sessions with me. And you will also get some email support from me, and you will also get some bonuses at the end. Now, if you think that's awesome, but you're also like, okay, great, but I don't know how to edit video, Jessica. It scares me. I don't really know how to do it. I can do a live presentation, but I would like to take that live event and make it into something that I can use continually, but I'll need to edit some things out. How do I do that? We'll have another package for you that includes everything I just talked about plus editing services. I can help you edit 3 videos up to 30 minutes long, and you'll get all the other support as well. So if this is something that interests you, you can let me know. All the information is right here or scrolling across for you. Thank you so very much. If you have any other questions, leave them below or send me an email and we will talk about it and get you where you need to go from no video, no experience, to being able to be on anytime you need to, for whatever reason you need, to get your business, to get your clients, to get everything that you need for your business. Thank you so much. Bye.